Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right software to make your stream Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right software to make your stream Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right software to make your stream Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right software to make your stream Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right software to make your stream Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right software to make your stream Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right software to make your stream
Ardrey Kell, Mr. David was in the World Trade Center. Mr. David was in the World Trade Center on 9/11. Survivor, the captain for the Weddington Warriors. Captain for the Weddington Warriors. Landon Backey, Brady Brosteris, Brady Brosteris, Kyle Parsons. The Warriors are coached by Andy Cavone. The Warriors are coached by Andy Cavone. Jack Curtis for your Ardrey Kell Knights. Jason Angulo and Dylan Ross. Jason Angulo and Dylan Ross. Jackham. The principal is Jamie Brooks. The athletic director is Jamie Brooks. The athletic director is Ryan Cobb. The head athletic trainer is Jackie Kirsten. Ardrey Kell will receive the opening kickoff. Ardrey Kell will receive the opening send the south goal. Weddington will send the south goal.
That Weddington creates a situation where they cause the turnover. They cause the turnover. Crack at it despite Ardrey Kell winning the toss. Ardrey Kell and electing to receive. The senior quarterback Grady Brosterhouse. Their last time out up to the line of scrimmage. And it's a handoff. Right around back to the line of scrimmage. Right around back to the line of scrimmage. Parsons, the Wofford commit. Kyle Parsons, the Wofford. As the spot is 30, so a gain of about 3. So a gain of about 3 there. 7 great field position to start. 7 great field position to start for Weddington. Brosterhouse under center again. To the left this time. Middle by Parsons. But it's shot up the middle by Parsons. Solid gain up the middle. He gets past the first down marker and moves the first down marker into the moves the chain. Red zone not quite into the red zone not spot now at the 23-yard line. And Weddington now at the 23-yard line. And momentum early with a lot of momentum early, bring a fumble on the opening kickoff. I formation for the Warriors. 3 wide. And again to Parsons. He bounces out to the left side and is stopped behind the line. That's big man Baylor Morgan, the junior, bringing him down by the shirt. So 2nd and long for the Warriors. Shotgun now for Weddington. Parsons remains the back with Brosterhouse. Fakes the handoff. Brosterhouse in some trouble in the pocket. A strong throw toward the end zone, and it is dropped. Had an opening, but the incompletion makes it 3rd and long. About 12 yards to go to the first down marker, set at the 12. First 3rd down of the contest for Weddington. And to the shotgun they go. 3 wide receivers on that right side. Hard snap there by Brosterhouse. It created some movement. That'll be a whistle. And it's against the defense. So move it up 5 yards. They're within the original 10-yard distance to gain. Much more manageable 3rd and 7 or so. Same formation, but back to his right. And a low throw right at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Weddington looks like it'll bring in the field goal unit and the senior kicker, Matthew Moonen. Ball is right on the 20, so this is about a 37-yard field goal. Weddington coach Andy Capone told us he would attempt up to about 52 yards with Noonan here. He's got a good foot. Snap, down, hold, and the kick is no good. Just off to the left, and Weddington spoils a big opportunity early following the turnover, and it'll go back to Ardrey Kell. So another senior quarterback. It's Jack Curtis calling the shots for the Knights. And they begin immediately in a shotgun formation. This is the first offensive snap for Ardrey Kell in this home game. And it's a handoff to the right side, bottled up well by Weddington there for a short loss. A couple of yards there. So it'll be 2nd and 12. Same formation for the Knights. Quick snap. Curtis goes up the middle, and it's overthrown and into the defensive backfield. That's a hard hit by Trace McCament, the senior, in that second level of the defense. I don't know that the ball had much of a chance of being reeled in, but he eliminated any small percentage that would be. Third and long for Ardrey Kell. Curtis receives the snap, in some trouble, fires it right, and it's down the sideline, received by Baylor Morgan. Out of the backfield he came to get that one and gets the first down. That's a big conversion for Ardrey Kell, the first down conversion for either team via the passing game. And they'll sling it. Here comes Morgan again. Out to that near sideline. Stacked receivers. Curtis, quick head fake, runs up the middle himself, is piled upon by Weddington defenders, but a flag out well back. And it goes against Ardrey Kell. You imagined that might be the case because the flag came before anybody had touched Jack Curtis. And I'll bring the spot just past the 20. That same formation, 3 wide to one of the two sides for the Knights. To Baylor Morgan in the backfield. Works his way down the sideline and is eventually pushed out of bounds. But another big gain, nearly 10 yards there. Knocked out by Sam Neely, the cornerback for Weddington. Curtis again hurrying with the offense. Rockets a pass to the far sideline, and it's overthrown out of bounds, incomplete. And now another 3rd and long. Another shotgun snap, flags, whistles following. A couple of flags from different directions on their sideline, one from the backfield. And again, it's charged to Ardrey Kell. So now a 3rd and very long. 19 to go. They've mostly passed it so far. They really don't have much of a choice here. Curtis quick to call for the snap. Launches one down the field, and it's tipped away. Great play by Mill Patterson in a high leverage situation. Knocks it away for Weddington. And the incompletion makes it 4th and 19. So Ardrey Kell will punt it away. Alex Chilcott, the senior, to receive the long snap, and Weddington with an opportunity for some good field position again. Chilcott punts it away high into the air. Rather short, bouncing right near midfield, and it will be downed at about the 43 by the Knights. Another 1st and 10 for Weddington. They've forced a fumble. They've recovered that. And then get a punt deep into AK zone territory. 4 wide out of the shotgun. Brosterhouse goes to Parsons on the left side. Nice juke move to get to the sideline. Runs down a little bit, but gets into AK territory before he's pushed out of bounds, as the spot looks to be at the 46-yard line of the Knights, and moves the sticks. A pistol formation here, as Brosterhouse hands off to the back. That's Dallin Gordon. Gets right to the line of scrimmage before being knocked down. So no gain that time. Matter of fact, they're going to give him forward motion for a yard. 2nd and 9. Brosterhouse moving some guys around. After the snap, rolls right. Heads over to the right side and hits his man. Ian McDermott, the sophomore, with his first catch of the evening. And that gets within a couple of yards of a first. 3rd and 2. Handoff. Parsons powers his way up the middle and is finally tackled from behind. Joshua Switzer, the junior defensive player there for Ardrey Kell, saving the Knights defensively, but it's a 1st and 10. Again, deep into AK territory, that within the 30-yard line. The spot right at the 29. Now Brosterhouse is going to be under center. AK showing blitz. Here it comes. And no time after the fake handoff, it's Josh Switzer again. Look at the OrthoCarolina instant replay. The first sack for either team. Switzer showed blitz. It was no deke. Got right through it, and after the play action, tough for Brosterhouse to have any time to do something with it. 2nd and long. Trouble again. He escapes the pocket, moves forward by a bit, but is brought down. Wrangling him is Anthony Sutton of Ardrey Kell. Great job by Brosterhouse to make something out of absolutely nothing there, but it's still 3rd and long for the Warriors. The senior Grady Brosterhouse breaks the huddle, sending Parsons to the left side. Instead, goes up the middle to the slot. It's caught. Landon Backey with his first catch of the game. Has to be caught from behind, but he's near the 5, where it will be down at the 7 here, it looks like. And a beautiful route run by Backey, as you see there on the OrthoCarolina instant replay. Just swept right across the defense. And after the catch, wheels his way down the near sideline, nearly for a score. That's big. That was on 3rd and very long for Weddington, who missed a field goal earlier. The hand to Parsons. Bullied up the middle, but manages a couple of yards there, gets inside the 5. The spot there just between the 4 and 5 yard lines. The shortest field for Weddington so far on this, their 2nd offensive possession. With this short range in the shotgun formation. Jumps to receive the snap. Brosterhouse hands to Parsons. Finds his way near the line of scrimmage. AK players claiming they've picked up a fumble. Still no signal yet, but players are all on their feet. And it was a touchdown, evidently. I never saw a signal, but Kyle Parsons, his third rushing touchdown of the season, puts it in from 4 yards out. Moonen with the extra point kick delivers and puts it through. That makes it 7-0 in favor of the Warriors of Weddington with just under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. So it'll be the same kicker, Matthew Moonen, the senior, to kick it off for the second time today. Ardrey Kell received the opening kickoff. There it goes, a deep kick. And it's back into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Looked like Joshua Clemens of AK wanted to return that one. Throws his head back. Or forgive me, that's Jameer Moten who received that. Either way, it's a touchback, and Ardrey Kell heads to the offensive side of the football. Jack Curtis receives the snap. Gets a run over to the right. And Baylor Morgan stopped at the line of scrimmage. Shotgun snap back to Curtis. Nowhere to go, and he's brought down in the backfield. The sack for Weddington. And again, just awfully quick to him there was Camp O'Connell. We knew this one was going to be a battle of two good defenses. Here it is, another 3rd and long for AK. Curtis receives the snap, looking downfield, goes far sideline and overthrows his intended target of Chase McShane out of bounds, and it's 4th down again. AK will be forced to punt it away. So look here at our keys to the game. As brought to you by OrthoCarolina. Line of scrimmage, an important battle in this one. Punting from basically the goal line. And it's a liner bounced out of bounds. Looks like it'll be just on the Weddington side. But a hat thrown by one of the officials and then a flag. So we'll see with some deliberation what the call is here. Looked to be a little bit of a scrum where those flags flew. A.E. Greer & Sons Funeral and Cremation, LLC, is a proud supporter of high school athletics. Family owned since 1930. A.E. Greer & Sons has been helping families and friends honor their loved ones in the Charlotte community for over 90 years. For more information, visit www.aegreersonsfcc.com. Well, Ardrey Kell has players out back onto the field, but they're being pulled in by the coaching staff as the meeting of the minds between today's officials continues. That finally breaks. And it is a personal foul against Ardrey Kell. So we'll see where this thing ends up following the punt return. Again, Weddington football. AK head coach Greg Jackham getting an explanation, perhaps pleading in defense of his players. And the spot remains at the 49-yard line of Weddington. Where they will at some point in their third offensive series. But Coach Jackham finally content with what he was hearing, or content enough to continue playing. And on we go. Broster House under center. Hands off. That's Dallin Gordon getting to the line of scrimmage and then bodying his way forward by about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 at exactly midfield, the 50-yard line. Now Weddington out of the gun. Broster House looking downfield, little hitch and go route completed and being pushed out of bounds. So a positive gain for the Warriors. 3rd and a couple. Parsons back in at running back. Here comes Switzer again. Broster House, aware of the blitzer that time, fakes the pitch, goes up the middle himself, lowers his shoulder. He had already gotten the first down, but gets to the 35-yard line. Great adjustment by the senior QB there. The single back is Parsons. Play action. Brosterhouse rolls to the right. Caught up into the air by Brooks Mock, the sophomore tight end. For a positive gain, he was knocked backwards, ends up only getting a couple of yards on that reception. And it's 2nd and 8. Pressure to Brosterhouse, dumps it up the middle, and Backey, after he catches it, immediately tackled. Jason Angulo, the senior captain, defensive back, making the tackle. Coming up with some energy, an emphatic play, makes it 3rd and 7 to go. Brosterhouse all alone in the backfield. 5 wide for Weddington. Looking up the middle, and he's got his man, a catch, and then shuffling down to his knees, Kyle Parsons, who had come out of the backfield with his first catch of the series, extends it and moves the chains for the Warriors. They're now in the red zone. Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. Parsons exits. He's replaced by Gordon, but that same 5 wide set. Brosterhouse shifts his focus, running to the right, escapes a defender, and is brought down from behind, by Kyler Watson, the junior defensive lineman, chasing down the quarterback. But a first down and goal to go for Weddington. They lead at 7-0 already in the closing seconds of the first quarter of action. Brosterhouse receives the snap, goes to the corner, and diving, the catch is made, but it looks to be just short of the goal line. And that is the call, a gain of 4 down at the half-yard line, it looks. And that's how we will conclude the first quarter. So a long way to go from the 1-yard line all the way to the other one, but a short field to go for Weddington as we reset the clock to 12 minutes, and it is 7-0. Warriors ahead of the Knights of Ardrey Kell after one completed here in the fall season opening game, powered by OrthoCarolina. Tonight's game brought to you by OrthoCarolina. With expert physicians and care providers in locations throughout the region, OrthoCarolina is one of the nation's leading orthopedic practices and your destination for comprehensive, personalized orthopedic care. OrthoCarolina physicians have specialized expertise in foot and ankle, hip and knee, shoulder and elbow, spine, sports medicine, hand, pediatric orthopedics, and physical medicine and rehabilitation. We are dedicated to helping you achieve your best with after-hours and walk-in urgent care, online scheduling, video visits, and convenient locations. OrthoCarolina, your care, your way. Connect with OrthoCarolina at orthocarolina.com and on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So we have traversed.
At OrthoCarolina, we are committed to improving lives every day, ensuring you get the care you need as quickly and conveniently as possible. It's your care, your way. Schedule your appointment today at orthocarolina.com.
So after traversing the length of the field from the 1-yard line to the 1-yard line, a flag into the backfield looks as if it's going to be a false start against Weddington. Backs up their spot to the 6-yard line. And now Brosterhouse with Parsons to his right in the backfield. Receives the snap, immediately runs outside the pocket. Rockets it down the sideline. The pass caught by Landon Backey. And that's touchdown number 2 on the day for Weddington. 13-0 just to start the second quarter. The OrthoCarolina instant replay shows you beautiful pass by Brosterhouse. Hit the window that he needed to, right on the money. Matthew Moonen with the extra point. It is up and sails through. Signal good, 14-0. And Weddington with a 2-score advantage on the road here at AK. A couple of undefeated teams duking it out on this Friday night, our first of the fall season, powered by OrthoCarolina. Senior Matthew Moonen will kick it away again for the Warriors. And there it goes. It was a touchback last time. This time, fielded inside the 10. Full head of steam, headed up the middle of the coverage. And eventually brought down Joshua Switzer, who is a high-impact player on every unit, basically, for this team. We've seen him on defense, blitzing for a sack, running down skill position players from behind for tackles. Not a bad return there as he gets up to the 39-yard line, or 34, excuse me. Back to each side of Jack Curtis. It's a give up the middle. And Baylor is dropped just ahead of the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1. 2nd and 9 now from the 35. Four wide, Curtis. Not a lot of time. Zips a pass to the near sideline. It's received and turning up the sideline is Jalen Toy Ellis. He's knocked away. So the Warriors collapse on that pretty quickly, but it doesn't stop the first down from occurring. And the chains move up the field for the Knights. Look at this. Trips receivers on the right side. Curtis doesn't even look there. Has it jarred loose, but it will stay with Ardrey Kell. And if a fumble, that is a massive loss. Almost a 10-yard loss there. Back to the 37, 2nd and long. Curtis drops back 3 steps, zips a pass up the middle, nearly picked off, and then almost another chance at it for Weddington. Griffin Reimer, the second there, was off balance, but falling backward to his posterior, almost able to reel it in. Instead, it drops to the turf. And AK is bailed out, but it's 3rd and 19. Long to go for the Knights, who trail by 2 scores. Curtis, a long pass down the field on the money, but a wonderful play defensively there. Landon Backey tracking the receiver the entire way, knocks it down, even had a chance at an interception. That's about as much as you can ask for on 3rd and 19 from your starting quarterback in Jack Curtis. Backey just met a great play with a great play defensively. And another 4th down for Ardrey Kell. This one looks a little bit different than what we've seen so far. Offensive unit looks to be staying out on the field. And now it's being marked for a penalty. So now from the 49, much different situation. 1st down, handoff up the middle. Baylor Morgan stumbles his way through traffic and is brought down in Weddington territory. The spot will go to the 39 of the Warriors. And it's another 1st down. Knights looking to capitalize on the opportunity. Morgan again ducks underneath what would have been a big tackle. Trace McCament was right there, the senior. Forces a short gain. Second and 9 from the 38. Curtis up to his line, barks out some orders, mixing things up, fakes the handoff, heads over to the slot, caught and bouncing outside. Shoelace tackle brings down the receiver. Ryan Curry, the senior, gets across the 1st down line and makes it a 1st and 10. With the ball now at the 28-yard line of Weddington. So AK threatening for a score here. And rolling. Prior to the shotgun snap there, a quick whistle blown. Play stopped, some deliberation, still no signaling. And we play on. '28. 1st and 10. Handoff. Baylor Morgan up the middle. Sneaks up and makes it all the way to pay dirt. Touchdown. Ardrey Kell, their first of the game. And pending an extra point, that should bring it within 7. .28 yards on the touchdown run. The extra point attempt is up and through. The Knights with their first score of the game. In this home contest, a loud crowd with under 9 minutes to play in the first half. It's Weddington 14, Ardrey Kell 7. So Weddington to receive for the first time today. Landon Backey deep along with Zymel Patterson. And an adjustment here for AK. They center things up. A deep kick to Backey. He muffs it, and it goes back into the end zone. Touchback is the ruling. And this starts the offensive series for the Warriors. It was a long drive for AK, so it's been a while since the Weddington offense has been on the field. Brosterhouse receives the shotgun snap, a give up the middle to Parsons. Switzer was blitzing again for AK, and that opened up the middle just enough for a solid gain there. Cuts it down to about 2nd and 4. 6-yard gain, according to the sticks there. Parsons again in the backfield. Lazy snap eventually makes its way to Brosterhouse. Escapes pressure in the pocket, gets to the first down marker. The stiff arm gave him just enough by a yard. It will move the chains. A first down for Weddington. Brosterhouse, the senior, a backup each of the past 2 years. Waited his time. Now the starter for these Warriors and has not let them down so far this season. Goes up to get the high snap, hands off to Parsons for a short gain as he's tripped up just a few yards past the line of scrimmage. Four wide. House tries the quick screen. It's batted around. And Weddington escapes a near catastrophe there. That one could have easily been intercepted. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 7. They lead it by 7, just over 7 minutes to play in the first half. Brosterhouse sends it to the far sideline, little out route, and it's received for a first down. Landon Backey again. Single back. The handoff, Parsons shakes around right at the line of scrimmage and falls backward into a defender. Manages a yard, maybe a yard and a half on that carry and makes it 2nd and 9. Warriors approaching midfield. Brosterhouse, the throw up the middle. That one deflected off of the chest of the defender. Christian Davis had it right at his shoulder and could not reel it in. Maybe the worst missed target by Brosterhouse so far today, an opportunity for AK. And they couldn't turn it over. 3rd and 9 at the 45. Everybody coming for AK, and they get the sack. Rosterhouse with nowhere to go. Blake Henninger comes up with the sack, comes up fired up. That's a massive play for the Knights, and it makes it 4th and long. The Warriors will punt it away. Moonen with the punt high up into the air. Switzer lets it go, and how about the Weddington roll on that one? Down at about the 15-yard line. Five minutes, 43 seconds until halftime as the clock reads here at Ardrey Kell High School, home of the Knights. They call it the Castle. And that is how long until the OrthoCarolina halftime report. Here in our first game of the fall season, powered by OrthoCarolina. Jack Curtis receives the snap. Hands to Baylor Morgan. Nearly had it stripped away from behind. Had to send his offhand back there to secure it. Gets about 5 on the carry. And it's right at the 20-yard line. Curtis. Little comeback route. And it drops to the turf, incomplete. Intended for Andrew Wagner, the receiver for AK. Third and 5. Curtis from the shotgun on the post route. Or the quick slant, rather, right up the middle. Wide open, Jalen Toy Ellis reels it in and is brought down. Quick little chunk yardage to move the chains. Handoff this time out of the shotgun. Baylor Morgan makes his way past the line of scrimmage, gains a couple as he falls into the line of scrimmage, which was moving with him. So it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 34. 4.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter and counting downward. Curtis fakes the handoff, spins right. Effortless long throw, but it drifts out of bounds and past his intended target, Chase McShane. A live arm on Jack Curtis. Doesn't take a lot to generate some distance on those throws, not for him. Now a 3rd down and 8 for the Knights. Pressure coming. Looked to be bailed out by Baylor Morgan, but the coverage there defensively for Weddington. It was Brooks Mock from the defensive line. Might have even gotten fingertips on that pass. Forcing the incompletion and forcing a 4th down with 4:06 to play in the second. punt is away. Fair catch called for. And Backey drops to his knees, pulls it in. It'll be down at the 23-yard line for Weddington. Good defensive stand, forcing the punt as they lead it by 7. Remember, they get the opening kick of the second half. Passing formation for Weddington after a fake handoff. 3 purple jerseys right there all over Grady Brosterhouse. And coming away with the sack is Ryan Stevens, the senior defensive lineman. It's a loss of 7. This time a handoff. Parsons trying to make it to the sideline, cuts back inside and gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or two past it as he was pushed forward. Much more manageable third down here, 3rd and 8 or so. Parsons cut it in half. Looking to be 17 or 18 yards to go for the first down. Four wide for Weddington. Taking its time, getting the snap off. Now Brosterhouse drops back, tries to hit the cutting Backey, and it's knocked away. And into the defensive backfield, it bounces. 4th down for Weddington. They'll punt it away. Moonen gets it off, though that was close. And a fair catch called for. It'll be AK ball at their own 45-yard line. Two minutes, 20 seconds to work with before the half. And then they give it back to Weddington to begin the third quarter. 5 wide, Jack Curtis alone in the backfield. Looks up the middle. Quick hitch route, and the ball is received, but gang tackling by Weddington, and they bring down the receiver, Jack Barker, the tight end. Into Weddington territory. It's at the 49. 2nd and 4, under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Curtis, the fake handoff, up the middle. Again, it's the tight end, Barker, with the catch, and he's bounced around between a couple of defenders before brought down near the 30. AK with a head of steam. 1:40 to play in the first half and ticking. Curtis a head fake. Rockets one there on the near hash. It's received by Jalen Toy Ellis. Another first down, and into the red zone go the Knights. Curtis hands. Morgan goes up the middle, runs right into that off tackle where there should have been a hole, or there was supposed to have been a hole. Weddington did not allow it, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a couple of yards gain. And a timeout called by the surging Ardrey Kell. They trail it by 7 with 1:21 until halftime here. Tonight's game is brought to you by OrthoCarolina. At OrthoCarolina, personalized orthopedic care goes beyond your appointment. Accessible, comprehensive, and compassionate. It's your care, your way. Schedule your appointment today at OrthoCarolina.com. Out of the timeout. Second down, pressure applied by Weddington. Somehow Jack Curtis gets a throw off and incomplete. The junior captain, Jack Collins, into the backfield in a hurry there for Weddington and creating problems. Now 4 wide, 3rd and 8. Curtis lets the blitz come in, dumps it to the end zone right there. To receive it is Jalen Toy Ellis, the junior, comes up with the touchdown catch and a chance to tie it for AK heading into the half. The home crowd fired up. The extra point is good. 14, a minute 12 until halftime, and we've got a ball game here at Ardrey Kell. It's the fall season powered by OrthoCarolina. A couple of scores apiece for these two teams, undefeated each of them entering tonight's contest. Weddington quick to get back out onto the field with its kick return unit. Landon Backey, Zymil Patterson, the two back to return. Ardrey Kell boots it away. This time it's not to the end zone. Backey receives and is dragged down prior to getting up to the 20-yard line. Excellent coverage by Ardrey Kell prevents good field position for the Warriors as they look to try and maybe put some more points on the board before they head into the half and contemplate receiving the kickoff to begin the third quarter. We'll see what the approach is here as Connor O'Keefe, the senior, sprinting on late to assume his position at the offensive line. There's a screen to the far side received for a short gain, 3 or 4 yards, as Griffin Reimer reels it in, gets a yard or two after the catch. Brosterhouse going deep with this one. Reimer again, and it's right off of his hands. He batted it down into the turf. I don't know if the throw guided him out there, but it looked as if he was running a bit of a flag toward the sideline. But the throw was there. Instead, it's third down for the Warriors. Still 34 seconds to play in the second quarter. High snap, Brosterhouse goes up and gets it, runs right up the middle himself, bounces left, shakes a tackle and gets the first down and then some, all the way to the 34-yard line. So it stops the clock until the spot. And now with a quick adjustment, snap pulled in with 20 seconds to play in the second, and the pass caught, and he brought it in with the foot down. What a play. Ian McDermott making the catch, and how about the throw by Brosterhouse on the money? Keeping the Warriors with a chance here. 14 seconds until halftime. Still working their way up the field. Brosterhouse receives the snap. That one batted away up into the air and received by Landon Backey, but it looked like it was batted down. It hit the turf, thus incomplete. Clock being adjusted. It had expired to 0. Team still on the field. The game clock had been adjusted to 15 minutes for halftime. Instead, they're going to put 7 seconds on the clock. And it will be second and long from their own 43 for Weddington. Still a chance to retake the lead before halftime. Brosterhouse able to step into a throw, and it's caught down the sideline. McDermott jukes to the inside, taking it down the sideline, is into the end zone for 6. The clock has hit 0. Weddington takes a late first half lead. And what a throw, and the yardage after the catch, as you see on the OrthoCarolina instant replay. We've got an exciting one for our first of the season, the fall season, powered by OrthoCarolina. Matthew Moonen lines up for the extra kick. Sends it up and good. So with that, we head to the half and the OrthoCarolina halftime report with Weddington holding a 7-point lead, 21-14 over Ardrey Kell at the break.
At OrthoCarolina, personalized orthopedic care goes beyond your appointment. Accessible, comprehensive, and compassionate. It's your care, your way. Schedule your appointment today at OrthoCarolina.com.
And now we have an interview with Blair Primus, Senior Vice President for Marketing and Talent Management at OrthoCarolina.
We welcome you inside the OrthoCarolina halftime report. We'll send it back to the stadium here in just a little bit. My name is Trip Durham, and with us for the intermission is Blair Primus. Blair is no stranger to us here on the show. Blair is the Senior Vice President for Marketing and Talent Management at OrthoCarolina. Blair, I've looked forward to our conversation all week long, and I'm going to hit you with a question right out of the gates. And I
Nice.
want to know, what is it about high school sports that connects so well with the mission of OrthoCarolina?
Yeah, well, thanks, of course, for having me. So yeah, really, I think it really comes down to one word, and that's just community. You know, if you think about our
And the changing formation. When time is of the essence, rest assured, OrthoCarolina is here for you on your time. At OrthoCarolina, they're committed to improving the lives of all they serve by providing premier patient care and compassionate, personalized service, dedicated to helping you achieve your best, and that means being able to find time with a provider and schedule an appointment as quickly and conveniently as possible. OrthoCarolina. AK back out onto the field. And a conventional defense. No special teams, and here comes the offense for Weddington. So they go for it on 4th and 1 from their own 18. Brosterhouse goes up and gets the snap, breaks to the outside, and powers his way across the first down marker. A 4th down converted for Weddington as they attempt it deep into their own territory and escape a high-risk situation.
You guys hear me down there?
Brosterhouse had to go up and get a high snap, nearly throws an interception, but it was bobbled by the defensive back, Michael Kepke. The senior would have had only about 12 yards to go to take it to the house. He can't squeeze it. And Weddington escapes a scary scenario. From under center, Brosterhouse gives to Parsons. Shuttles his way up the middle, dives for an extra yard. It'll be a gain of 2. 3rd and 8 now from the 23-yard line. Brosterhouse overthrows. Intended for Landon Backey. It falls incomplete. And Weddington misses a chance there. 4th and long, they'll punt it away. Matt Moonen to punt. That one nearly blocked by AK. It's a high, deep punt pulled in by Switzer at about the 40-yard line. Dances around a bit. Gets forward momentum to about the 45 before being brought down. He had a lot of space when he initially caught that he only got 4 or 5 yards. That's a win for Weddington. So now Ardrey Kell. Offensively lines up. Jack Curtis fakes a handoff, takes off with it himself, and scurries out of bounds right near the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 there, if anything at all. 2nd and 10. Ardrey Kell down by a score. Handoff up the middle. Jukes left of the bunch of players at the line of scrimmage. And Baylor Morgan stumbles his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown. 55 yards to the house, and Ardrey Kell potentially will tie it here. The PAT is good, 21 all, and the castle is rocky. .838 left in the third. And an intense football game, our first of the fall season, powered by OrthoCarolina. The kick is away. Returnable. And Backey has it stripped away. Did he fall back on it? AA thinks they've got it. And they do. They return the favor. They fumbled the opening kick and gave the football to Weddington right out of the gates. They tie it with a touchdown run and then get a strip and recovery of their own on the kickoff. It's as loud as it's been here at Ardrey Kell. Knights with a quick snap. Curtis hands to Baylor Morgan again. Shuffles his way to the left of the offensive line. No gain. Curtis runs back out with the play call from the AK sideline. Looking to throw it. Pressure there. It's tipped up into the air and intercepted by Weddington. Zymil Patterson comes up with the interception. And a couple of quick turnovers. Back and forth this one goes. It's been stingy defenses up to this point. But the takeaways prevalent here in the second half so far. Ball at their own 15-yard line. Warriors look to bounce back. Parsons couldn't receive the handoff. It's scooped up and taken to the end zone for the score for Ardrey Kell. Kevin Tarpley, the one with it. And with just under 8 minutes to play in the third quarter, the Knights take their first lead of the night, 27-21 with a PAT oncoming. The kick up and good. Ardrey Kell 28, Weddington 21 with 7:38 to play in the third. With expert physicians and care providers in locations throughout the region, OrthoCarolina is one of the nation's leading orthopedic practices and your destination for comprehensive, personalized orthopedic care. OrthoCarolina physicians have specialized expertise in foot and ankle, hip and knee, shoulder and elbow, spine, sports medicine, hand, pediatric orthopedics, and physical medicine and rehabilitation. They're dedicated to helping you achieve your best you with after-hours and walk-in urgent care, online scheduling, visits, in convenient locations. OrthoCarolina, your care, your way. Connect with OrthoCarolina at OrthoCarolina.com and on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Looks like we're getting a penalty assessed on the kickoff. So it'll be kicked away from Weddington's 45-yard line. The past couple have been received right at the 1, just in front of the goal line. So I would imagine this is a pretty good opportunity to be sent all the way through for a touchback. And that will be the case. Through the uprights even. Things have not gone swimmingly for Ardrey Kell in this second half so far. High snap reined in. Handoff to Parsons, and here he goes to the outside edge. Slowed up for a second, shuffles his way forward and gets an extra 4 or 5 out of it before being brought down just shy of the 40. Looks like he made it to the Warriors' 37 or 38. They bumped it up just not quite a full yard. Warriors trail by 7, 28-21. Here's Parsons again. And he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Second and 11. It was a short loss. Play fake. Brosterhouse stopped behind the line and brought down. It goes to third down. Still a line or a yard behind the original line of scrimmage. So 11 to gain for the first for the Warriors. A 4-wide set. Dallin Gordon blocking in the backfield. The throw on the out route, overthrown, unable to get to it, is Ian McDermott.
Test.
So that stops the clock with 6:11 to play in the third, and the Warriors will punt it away. Moonen boots it high into the air. No fair catch called, and Switzer reels it in and drops to a knee. as it will be AK football at their own 29. Jack Curtis receives the snap, bobbled it initially, fakes a step to his right, and takes it on his own to the left, a short gain of about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Ball at their own 32. Ardrey Kell. First offensive series with a lead tonight. Curtis goes up the middle. Caught and some gang tackling. But the receiver tough to bring down. Jalen Toy Ellis already with a touchdown. Reels that one in and moves the chains. First down. Ball spotted right at the 40. Clock moving quickly here in the third quarter. 5:10 and ticking. Curtis gives. Morgan again. Has to reach back to secure it. Weddington trying to strip it away from behind. But positive yardage for him there. It's a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. AK taking a while to get out of the huddle here. Blake Henninger, senior running back, gets into the huddle. It's a handoff up the middle and pushed all the way back. Baylor Morgan was stopped right at the line of scrimmage, so he'll get forward motion just shy of it. So now 3rd and 5.
Hey, Reggie, we need you to do a mic check when you can. Just give us a 10 count.
Jack Curtis with 4 wide. Going to the near sideline. And it's caught right at midfield. Andrew Wagner, the target, the senior.
Do it like your mic's hot.
And it's a first down. Not by much, but AK gets it. And now they'll be going downfield into Weddington territory. Morgan up the middle. Spins across the line of scrimmage. Bounces off of a couple of defenders. Manages about a yard. And it's 2nd and 9. Already 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Three wide receivers to one side. Fake handoff. That's the side he's going to go to, and it is caught by Jack Barker. He was bodied hard at the near hash. As he brought it in, tries to get up and then back down. You hate to see that after such a great play. Curtis telegraphed it right to him. And it gets the first down for Ardrey Kell.
Replays up.
And the OrthoCarolina instant replay. So they'll check up on the receiver there. A.E. Greer & Sons, Funeral and Cremation LLC, is a proud supporter of high school athletics. Family owned since 1930, A.E. Greer & Sons has been helping families and friends honor their loved ones in the Charlotte community for over 90 years. For more information, visit aegreersonsfcc.com. Marker back to his feet to a round of applause. And back to the AK sideline. So he will not be on the field for this 1st and 10 from the 26. Curtis the handoff. Baylor Morgan runs right into a defender and is brought down hard by Trace McCammon. Got 3 or 4 yards there.
Am I good to go?
Second and 7, under 2 to play in the third. Screen pass over to the left side is caught. And Weddington with a couple of tacklers there at the first down marker. I think this would be 3rd and very short for Ardrey Kell.
OrthoCarolina read.
And a player injured. So they'll attend to another injury when time is of the essence. Rest assured, OrthoCarolina is here for you on your time. At OrthoCarolina, by providing premier patient care and compassionate, personalized service, we are dedicated to helping you achieve your best, and that means being able to find time with a provider and schedule an appointment as quickly and conveniently as possible. Your orthopedic pain doesn't have to be your problem anymore. Get the orthopedic care you need in a way that works best for you. After hours and walk-in urgent care, online scheduling, video visits, and convenient locations at OrthoCarolina. 3rd and inches. By the time AK gets this off, it'll be under 90 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They bundle up the middle, and Curtis receives the snap, tries to power his way through himself. They do not get it, and as a matter of fact, they might have lost about a quarter, half of a yard. Jack Curtis signaling first down. And that will not be it. Or they're going to measure with an official's timeout here. So here comes the chain game. And a look at it, just barely. The Knights get the first down within the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 16 of Weddington. Ardrey Kell already leads it by 7, 28-21. Clock running, and AK using that opportunity to huddle up near the sideline. Shotgun set for the Knights. Fake handoff. Curtis tosses to the left side. Nobody saw it. And it flies through the back of the end zone after a couple of bounces. Flag toward the far sideline. And that will go against Curtis. Because of the throw, illegal man downfield. Now under a minute to play in the third. And the spot backed up to the Weddington 21. Down will be replayed, so it's 1st and 15. Knights out of the shotgun. Curtis gives it on the little outlet pass to Baylor Morgan, who loses his foot. And another slight loss. Now 18 to go to the first down marker. 2nd down. And this might be the final play of the 3rd. Jack Curtis demonstrating perhaps that they're going to want this clock to run out and flip the field before they run this play. That is the case. Zeros. The conclusion of the 3rd quarter here at Ardrey Kell. They lead it 28-21 over Weddington. It's the fall season powered by OrthoCarolina, our first of the season. And only 12 minutes to go.
At OrthoCarolina.
Clock reset to 12. Field flipped. 2nd and 18 from the 24. And a halting by the officials prior to this play getting started. So the 4th quarter begins. 2nd and 18 from the 24. Jack Curtis fakes a handoff, fires it to the far sideline. It was intended for Jalen Toy Ellis and is overthrown over his outstretched arms. He pulled up at about the 10-yard line. Was tightly covered. And now 3rd and long. This is kickable distance for Ardrey Kell if they do not get a first down here. 3rd and 18 at the 24. Curtis immediately looking deep left, fires, and overthrown. Out of bounds. It'll be 4th down at the 24. A field goal would be right at 41 yards. And it looks like Alex Chilcott, the senior kicker, is taking the field to prepare for a 41-yarder. Knights already with a 7-point lead, 28-21. from 41. Chilcott gets it up, high arcing, and over the crossbar. Field goal is good, and it gives the Knights a double-digit lead, 31-21, with 11:44 to play in the fourth quarter. Chilcott tees it up to kick it away to Weddington. Patterson and Backey on to receive. We saw Parsons back there last time it was a kickoff return. Chilcott's kick inside the 5, but returnable. Here comes Backey, jukes his way inside of the coverage and brought down just past the 20-yard line. Ball will be spotted, it looks to be at the 22 or so. And the largest lead of the night for Ardrey Kell. They now defend. Brosterhouse goes up to get the high snap, hands to Parsons, sweeping his way to the left and dragged down to the ground around the 30-yard line. That's an impressive gain considering where he started. And the ball is spotted at the 29. Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Here comes Switzer on the blitz from the defensive backfield again. Handoff up the middle, and he's the first to find Parsons. Fighting for first down yardage. Toying with the idea as he's brought down. Maybe didn't get that far. And we'll see where the spot lands. Spot was well short. And now a timeout being called by the officials. Perhaps to measure this one again. Yep, here come the chains. Spot's been adjusted, so this, I think, is going to be pretty close. Actually, not that close. First down, Weddington. Ball at their own 32. Another high snap for Brosterhouse. Leaps up to get it, sprints forward himself, and gets good yardage on the run to the left. I don't know if those are even by design half of the time, but he's managed well with those. That time he gets 6 and 4. Looking downfield. Has to run outside of the pocket and throws a short pass down the sideline. It falls incomplete. Clock stops with exactly 10 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's 3rd and 4. Switzer showing blitz. Brosterhouse looks him back and draws him in for the screen, but it's not going to be nearly enough. Parsons catches and is hit immediately. Xavier Eskian, first in on the tackle, as it's now 4th and 7 to go, but Weddington feels like they need to go for it. 9:24 to play. Brosterhouse shuffles backward, fires it down the far sideline, and it falls incomplete, overthrown right near midfield. Turnover on downs. It goes back to AK. .9:17 to play and a 2-score lead for AK. Curtis fakes a handoff and tries Wagner with the screen pass, but throws it away. A give to Morgan up the middle that time. He'll get a few. That makes it 3rd and 7, under 9 left in the 4th quarter. Three wide to that far side for Jack Curtis. Knights hardly content with the 10-point lead. An adjustment at the line. Handoff. And Morgan brought down just a yard past the line of scrimmage. So it'll now be 4th down, and a decision here for the Knights. Jack Curtis still on the field, looking toward the sideline. And AK indicating initially that they might go for it, but Curtis signals timeout to the nearest official. And they'll think this over with 7 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. 31-21, Knights over the Warriors. Our first game of the fall season, powered by OrthoCarolina. When time is of the essence, rest assured, OrthoCarolina is here for you on your time. At OrthoCarolina, we're committed to improving the lives of all we serve by providing premier patient care, compassionate, personalized service. We're dedicated to helping you achieve your best, and that means being able to find time with a provider and schedule an appointment as quickly and conveniently as possible. Knights break the huddle with 5 wide receivers. Curtis out of the shotgun, a quick throw up the middle, and they beat the punt coverage, or the field goal coverage, rather. It's a completed pass to Jack Barker, who was wide open up the seam. He trots into the end zone, and it's another Knights score. The quick call for the snap, because Weddington hadn't made an adjustment yet, anticipating that the Knights were going to go for it. It means 6 and makes it 37-21. This has been all AK in the second half. Chilcott's point after attempt is through the uprights, and it's now a 17-point lead, 38-21 with 7.5 remaining in the fourth. Another shaky start for AK. They saw it in their first game of the season, but prevailed. They got down early against the Warriors here, but after halftime adjustments, this one's been all Warriors. All nights, they've held the Warriors scoreless in the second half. Chilcott lined up to kick. Same two, Patterson and Backey, to receive for the Warriors. A deep line drive bounces into the end zone and out of the back for a touchback. Weddington trying to mount a comeback. The pass is tipped up into the air and caught by Ian McDermott as he falls to the ground. So the clock keeps running. Just over 7 minutes to deal with and a 17-point deficit for the Warriors. Broster House finds a man up the field, and it's caught by Griffin Reimer just on the other side of the first down marker. So that'll move the sticks and stop the clock, at least for the time being, at 7:03. Ball spotted and ticking downward again. Now under 7 minutes to play. Broster House goes toward the sideline, and it's caught that time by Backey. And he's knocked away out of bounds. Second and 10 following incompletion, rather. Fake handoff for Broster House. Rolls to the right of the pocket. Rockets it up the middle, but it falls through. Patterson was double covered, but there was a window. And Broster House drives it through everybody. Shotgun snap, Broster House running away from the blitz, completes a pass down the sideline. McDermott again. He's been active. The wideout for Weddington. Not a lot of great looks for Zymil Patterson this game, who's been an impact player so far this season. Obviously a point of emphasis for the AK defense. All alone in the backfield, Broster House runs away from the coverage to the left side. Lowers his shoulder and gets across midfield. Blake Henninger with the hit. Ultimately brings him down, but it's a first down for Weddington. .6 minutes and ticking. Broster House down the sideline, and his receiver got tripped up, but no flag. Reimer was out there and had a good tempo to his stride, probably would have been near the pass, but instead ended up on the ground about 10 yards from it. Third and 5 at midfield. Brosterhouse scrambles to the right, fakes a throw, is wrapped up, tosses it forward, and it drops incomplete as it was intended for Brett Williams. Not much of anything Brosterhouse could have done with that one. The senior has had a tough way to go here in the second half. AK's pressure has been immense. And a hold against Weddington. Man downfield, rather. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Ball at the 46-yard line of the Warriors. The snap goes to Brosterhouse. Again, pressure coming his way. He somehow evades, tosses it deep. It's tipped up into the air and not reeled in successfully by Landon Backey, who was near the sideline. I think maybe a bit concerned about keeping his feet in bounds to make the concentration catch. Fourth down, Warriors have to go for it. 5:36 to play. They trail by 17. Again, flushed out of the pocket. Will run to midfield. Jukes inside of a defender. Back out, and he got the first down. One thing's for sure, Grady Brosterhouse is having to run for his life. Most times he drops back, but he's not given up yet. First and 10 from the AK-42. Looking to the far sideline. That one leapt up for and picked off. Knights get the interception, and it's Michael Kepke. Not a terrible pass, it seemed, but Kepke went up and got it. A big turnover for the senior, and with just over 5 minutes and a 3-score lead, it's not quite the nail in the coffin yet, but the Knights feeling pretty good about their chances of coming away with a big victory. Baylor Morgan shuffles his way to the left of the line of scrimmage and is brought down after a short gain, maybe 2 yards on that. 2nd and 8.5, we'll call it. Knights running down some play clock. Still going with 4 wide, though. Down to 4:25 when the ball is snapped. Screen pass is bottled up shortly after the line of scrimmage. Jack Barker caught it and was wrapped up by a few different Weddington defenders. And the clock continues to tick ever closer to zeros. And the final signal here in the fourth quarter. Now under 4 minutes, a 17-point lead for Ardrey Kell. Baylor Morgan, right as he receives the handoff, blown up. Evan Easterling, the senior, got into the backfield. And now fourth and 11 for AK. They'll punt it away. By the time they do, we'll be under 3 minutes to play. Chilcott receives the snap, a long stride forward, boots it up into the air, and a fair catch, reeled in by Landon Backey. At the Weddington 39 is where they'll start. Wide for Brosterhouse. Dallin Gordon accompanying him in the backfield. Drops back, airs it out deep toward Backey, and it's in and out of his arms. Great defensive play there. The junior Christian Davis was all over it. Maybe the longest throw in the air we've seen out of the hand of Brosterhouse so far tonight. And he wasted no time firing it. Has to wait for Backey to get back to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, he would have snapped it sooner. Handoff to Gordon, up the middle. Shifts over to the left, makes his way past the first down marker, and then is blown up and dragged back behind it, but forward motion gets him into AK territory at the 49. First and 10, Warriors trying to save some face. Handoff, Gordon finds a hole, glides up the middle, casual run for about 7 yards there. Didn't come close to getting to full speed. It was very deliberate. Clock running, we're under 2 to play. Brosterhouse tries the quick out route to Backey, but it is a low throw, drops to the turf, incomplete. Gordon receives the handoff on third down. Budges the line of scrimmage by about half a yard. Bringing up 4th and 2. 90 seconds to play. And we're really just running this one out. Brosterhouse hands into the backfield, and it is a swarming tackle for AK behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a turnover on downs. Kyler Watson, the first in on the pileup. And they regain possession at their own 45 with 1:19 to play. All the Knights have to do is go through the motions and finish this one out, as it looks like it will be a 17-point victory, 38-21. Jack Curtis under center. Liberty formation. He drops to a knee. And we watch the clock tick.